Hey guys, okay, so today I'm going to be doing a review and it's going to be a foundation review. You guys know that I am a foundation junkie. If there's a full coverage foundation out there, I have tried it. So I do buy a ton of them and I tend to review the ones that I really like on my channel. So a new foundation that I have been trying recently that I got is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup Foundation. So yeah, this is what it looks like. I have it in the color 3C2 Pebble 04. Basically on the box what it says, stay in place makeup for all skin types, 15-hour staying powder, looks fresh and flawless through heat, humidity, non-stop activity, won't change color, smudge, or come off on clothes. Lightweight and so comfortable you won't believe it's long wear, medium to buildable coverage, won't clog pores, oil controlling, oil free, and fragrance free. Okay, so now my thoughts on whether or not any of that is true. First off, I will tell you guys that I do like this foundation. I think that there has been a lot of hype on it on YouTube due to the fact that I know I Heart Makeup 92 and It's Blondie have both been talking about it a lot. And it is a really, really good foundation. So first I will start off with the pros of this foundation. It's definitely a full coverage foundation. It does give you a very full coverage, flawless look to the skin, which is amazing. Definitely something that I look for in foundation. I never wear concealer with this on my face. It conceals any redness or anything that I have going on my face so that I don't need to use that on top of a foundation already. So for that, I really, really like it. It's definitely full coverage, but it doesn't give you that cake face kind of look, because I know with the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation, for example, I love that foundation. It's amazing. I've never found a foundation that's more full coverage than that. But with that foundation, you can absolutely tell that you're wearing makeup regardless of how little of it you apply. It's just, I think because it is so pigmented, there's no way that someone's face actually looks like that. With this, you don't necessarily have to tell that you're wearing makeup. You can definitely cake it up to the fact where you can tell that you're wearing makeup and your face looks completely flawless. But if you're, don't use a ton of it, then you're not gonna get a super cake face type look. It does look very natural, which I do like a lot about this. One thing that I will say, which I'm going to include in the pros for me, is that I feel like it didn't dry out my face as much as a lot of the other mattifying foundations that I have do. I have dry skin, so for me, that's a pro. If you have oily skin, I'm not 1000% sure how it would work for you. It does say that it should oil control and that it is oil free. So hopefully it will work for you, but kind of the part of the reason that I like it is I don't find it to be as mattifying as other foundations that I have tried, because that's personally not something that I look for in a foundation. Although Casey Holmes, It's Blondie, I'm sure you guys know who she is. She's another YouTuber here. She has a very, very, very oily skin, and she does really like this foundation. So it might work for you, but if you have dry skin, I think that it's amazing, because a lot of times full coverage foundations are super, super mattifying too, which can be really hard on dry skin. So I do really, really like it for that. Coverage is awesome, like I said. It is very good for my dry skin. I think that it would be good for oily skin and combination skin as well. As far as color range, they do have a ton of colors, like a ton. So check it out. There's probably a color for you. They do kind of run on the cool, warm range, I believe, like MAC does, just because mine has a C in it, so I'm assuming that means cool. Not 100% sure, but I do think that they have like the cool and warm skin tones type range. As far as my skin hasn't been breaking out or anything from it. I do have pretty sensitive skin, so like I said, it does say that it's oil free. It hasn't bothered my skin at all, so I would say that most likely if you have acne prone skin or sensitive skin, you're probably going to be okay with this foundation. As far as the 15-hour staying powder, I think that it is a very long-lasting foundation. I never have worn it for 15 hours, but I do think that if you did put it on and you set it with a powder, it would last for 15 hours, because it is, like I said, a very full coverage foundation. So I do see it to be, if you're like the type of person that goes to work early in the morning and needs, your makeup to last all day, I think this would be a good product to do that, just because I do think that it will last all day, because I haven't noticed, it doesn't smudge around my face or anything. I do always set my makeup with a powder regardless, so I don't know its lasting power without a powder, but when I set it with a powder, I've never had a problem. Also, as far as like the liquidity of this foundation, it's not nearly as thick as like the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation. That foundation is really, really thick. MAC Pro Longwear can be really, really thick. This foundation is much more liquidy. I would put it more in like the L'Oreal True Match type realm, I guess. That one foundation is pretty liquidy. This is not a thick foundation by any means. Very, very liquidy. If you're gonna like pour it out on your hand, it's gonna go everywhere. So I normally just put my finger in it and shake it. You guys will see in the, you know, over here where I'm doing it. But I just like kind of shake it up and then dot it around my face, just because when you try and pour it out, it goes everywhere because it's super, super liquidy, and I don't think they sell pumps for it. As far as cons for this, one thing that I can say is how it says that it's transfer resistant. I feel like a lot of foundations are saying that now, and I feel like no foundation is transfer resistant. Like if I weigh my face on my boyfriend's white shirt, it's gonna come off on his shirt. Like I can't tell you the amount of shirts that I've ruined by doing that on accident. So no, I don't think that it's transfer resistant. I don't think any foundation is transfer resistant. I just think that's something that they put on there. Like maybe if I lightly brushed it, like I don't know. I don't believe in that in any foundation. So I wouldn't really call it a con, just because I don't think there's a foundation out there that really is transfer resistant, but I don't like when things say stuff and then I don't think they hold. Another con that I would say with this foundation is definitely price. This foundation is $37. You can get it at Estee Lauder counters, you can get it at Sephora. Select Sephoras, not all Sephoras have it though. The bottom line with this foundation is that it's a really good foundation, but for $37, I think you could get a better one. The Kat Von D foundation is less expensive. MAC Pro Longwear is less expensive. I believe even the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus is less expensive than this, and all of those foundations I do think are better than this foundation. Again, it's not like it's a bad foundation. It really is a good foundation, but I just would reach for the other foundations before I reach for this one, and they're less expensive. I would reach for the CoverGirl 3-in-1 before all of those foundations, and that one's a way less expensive. So for the price, do I really think that it's something that you need? No. If you're looking to try out a new foundation and you want something that's not necessarily such a matte finish, is more like a semi-matte or a natural finish, then definitely go out and try this. This is what I like that for. When I don't want a matte day and I want more of a natural finish on my skin, this is what I will go to, because most of my full coverage foundations are all just straight matte on my face, and this one isn't, so that's what makes it a little bit different, which is the main thing that I like about it. So yeah, like I said, it's pretty pricey, but it's kind of fills that niche of a full coverage foundation that isn't super matte. So if that's something that you're looking for, I think that it would be worth the money. If not, I think there are better foundations out there that you could go and spend your money on, to be honest with you guys. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, because it's totally free and it helps a ton. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!